Hi guys, in this video, I want to introduce you to the new MCP server that Vayne has released last month and that's now available to all our API users. The MCP encapsulates all the features available in your regular API, but it's now going to be available for your favorite AI agent. If you want to install it, it's pretty simple. Just first, you need to make sure you have access to the API, meaning you need to be on the starter plan or something above. And you need to go to the Vayne dashboard and go here to MCP setup, where it will explain how you can connect the MCP to your agent. You will need to get your regular API key, which is available here in your API setting. And basically, you need just to copy the documentation, include the API key, and just go, for example, to Claude code in your terminal or some other agent. Basically, copy the information to connect the MCP. I'm using it right now through the terminal, but also for this solution called Craft Agents. Again, you can use Cursor, any other solution that you like. This is pretty simple. You just click here, add a source, and you would just need to copy the information that you have seen in the terminal. So for example, to connect to Craft Agent, I would just go here, copy the same information as the one using in Claude Code. You basically go here. I'm just missing the token that I won't show, of course, for security reason. And basically you connect the MCP here and it's available. As you can see, all the endpoints normally available for the API. Now to show you quickly how it's gonna help you and make your life easier, I want to show you a workflow I have built today using the Claude Code terminal. One of the most interesting features of the MCP, in addition of the regular API endpoint, is the ability to build Sales Navigator URL just by chatting with the model. As you can see here, I made a pretty simple request asking to find CFO and VP of Finance, including surname, so to create more complex combination, for chemical manufacturers based in Northern America, meaning USA, Mexico, and Canada, and at least 800 employees. I will show you later the call again live, and right now I will spare you the exact details. But as you can see, the model is building the search based on your criteria, and we'll end up with an estimate of the lead. So once it has built the URL, it's going to make a call with the Vayne API and tell you how many profiles you can retrieve from Sales Navigator if you would decide to scrape the data or not. You can, of course, ask him to show the Sales Navigator URL. He's going to paste it here. I'm just going to show you quickly what it looks like in Sales Navigator. So this is what the model has built alone. So it's exactly what we wanted. As you can see, it starts with 500 employees, and the model warned you that 800 is not a limit in Sales Navigator, and that it will include the option to go from 500 to 1,000 employees. Basically, once this is done, it's gonna ask you what you want to do with it. And that's where it becomes pretty interesting and going to make your life a lot easier. I ask him, as you can see here, I ask him to scrape the first 200 profile and then to check every 10 minutes if the scrapping was finished. And once it was, to pull the data, pass the regular CSV file and send it into a JSON format to a webhook, which was from a Clay. And basically, it did all of that without needing any supervision, eventually like giving you a summary of what was achieved. And I can show you what the data looks like in Clay once it's done. Here, basically, I think I can see the first 50 rows only because I'm on the free Clay plan. But you can see here, all the data that you are used to find your regular scrapping is now available. And it's pretty easy. You can just decide to, for example, add the first name as a column, the last name, and let's say the job title, and everything's now populated. So if you have to do some other scrapings with the same data, it will populate your Clay table automatically. And this means if you are managing several tables, several targets for your company or for customers, if you're an agency, meaning you can push automatically data to Clay fresh from Sales Navigator using the Vayne MCP server. This means if you create loops, for example, every Monday, you can start scraping data. You can even enrich it with whether it's with us if you want to push completely enriched data to Vayne with Clay, with email addresses and phone number. And it means you can run basically 80% of your lead generation effort automatically through the MCP. Again, using a Claude code in the terminal or any other agent. To demonstrate another possibility of what you can do with the MCP, it's like updating, your CRM, for example, and you have a list of LinkedIn profiles that may need to be, for which data may need to be refreshed. Again, you could simply come here, ask, please scrape the LinkedIn below. As you can see here, the model automatically recognized that you wanted to scrap in batch since you submitted several profiles. And basically, it planned everything on its own, waiting 60 seconds after the order was created to pull data. And here, showing you a preview of the information about the updated profile. It's asking now if you want to push the data to Clay. In this case, for example, you may want to push it to HubSpot or Atio, Pipedrive, whichever CRM you are using, to update it. Again, making your life now very easy, allowing you to maintain CRM accuracy directly from the terminal.